Thanks everyone for joining. This is our Kafka live stream where we all come on, share tips and tricks about working with Apache Kafka and event-driven architecture, as well as trends we're seeing in the marketplace. So I'm your host, Adam Noonan, and today we'll be talking about local Kafka development with Lenses Box. Again, this is a weekly session. So today we have our topic, and then next week we'll be talking about advanced SQL querying of Kafka topic data, testing joins, transformations, exploring data, troubleshooting. All of that's possible without syncing to an external source using Lenses SQL Studio. They'll be wrapping up March with the unveiling of our Azure Event Hub's open source connector, both source and sync. Without further ado, we'll get started with today's topic. And who are we? We are Lenses. We provide the ideal developer experience for multi-Kafka and multi-cloud. And it's never been easier to get started with understanding the value that our platform provides than with Lenses Box. And what is Lenses Box per se? If you're keeping track of the recent developments of the Kafka protocol, then you'll know that in 3.7, Kafka officially released their version of a Docker container. So you can start up Kafka locally on your computer using Docker, and it starts up your Kafka cluster. Lenses Box is very similar, but comes with a whole lot more. And this is how I feel about it being the ideal development experience for your local environment. So what all entails with Lenses Box? The infrastructure that you'll get within this container image is not just your Kafka broker, but you also get Zookeeper, Kafka Connect, Elasticsearch, Schema Registry, and of course your Lenses platform. So a nice user interface to interact and manage all of these assets, but also test your local applications. So this could be a production application that you've pulled locally, you're running. You can connect directly to Kafka on your local instance, integrate with Schema Registry, Kafka Connect, and with that, you get all of the governance controls that Lenses provides, so full self-service capability, and you can mimic alternative governance structures as well. So you can pull in groups and namespaces from production and ensure that what you're doing locally can be promoted successfully to higher level environments. You can also test automations directly talking to Lenses via our CLI or API. And with Lenses, of course, you get the SQL Studio for data exploration. More on that next week. And SQL, similar, identical syntax with Lenses SQL processors for transforming data streams as well. Matthias is going to demonstrate all of that running locally on his PC in just a moment. We also provide you with some mock data producers too, so you can start playing around with a variety of data types, JSON, Avro, Protobuf. So not only can you produce your own data, obviously, to this Kafka cluster and all of the associated infrastructure, but we provide some mock data producers to start getting experience right away. And so what do all of those features and infrastructure enable for your organization and yourself? In general, the end result is a faster, cheaper, and higher quality level of development. And how do you get there? Is that you're reducing your dependency on a platform team and a centralized hosted development Kafka cluster. So we talk to partners all the time who are typically using a managed Kafka service or even something that's running on their local premises. And they run into issues either with developers being too restricted and they need to contact a central platform team to deploy topics, connectors, or change schemas. Or the other way around, they have full access to the development cluster and it quickly gets polluted with all kinds of simple little tests and topics. And it's difficult to discern what should be kept and what should be deleted from that development cluster. We aim to address those issues with Lenses Box, enabling you to have full access to your localhost environment with Kafka, Schema Registry, Kafka Connect, everything running locally. Again, you can replicate any governance structure from a higher level environment, ensure that what you're doing locally can be successfully promoted, and then trigger that flow once you've certified, this is exactly how my application should work, this is the schema my data should have, and this is the configuration my connector should be using. So in general, saving time and money, reducing that time to value for your new feature or new event-driven application or cool new real-time machine learning workload. Part of the Lenses Box itself is Kafka Connect. So you've got your workers there, but then you also immediately have access to all of our open source connectors as well. So these are Apache 2 license connectors that we make available to the entire ecosystem and then offer enterprise support on too. So you're welcome to use the Lenses user interface, deploy our new S3 Azure Data Lake or Google Cloud Storage sync connectors, verify everything's working locally, and then promote that to your development cluster. So that's the 20 we have available, but we're working on a whole lot more. So if your company has some in-house developed connectors that you're looking to get support on, definitely reach out to us on Slack and we'll see about integrating that with our repo and offering support, maintaining that code for you. Another reason I'm so excited about the Lenses box is that we're taking the platform to higher levels as far as Git operations and integrating with your CI/CD flows are concerned. Testing everything locally, doing your local development, and then triggering that pull request, viewing that data pipeline as code is really going to unlock a lot of capabilities and value for our customers who are using Lenses box and then are quickly and effectively able to promote that to dev, integration, and production as well. So if that is exciting to you, definitely go to lenses.io/start and get started with your box instance today. And now I'll hand it over to Matthias, who's going to walk us through a development workflow using his local instance of Lenses box.
Thanks, Adam. Amazing information and to bring it up for us. I think Harry has a question. Harry, do you want to make a question?
Yeah, I use the Lenses box. It's pretty good. We did the POCs and everything. So can I use the Confluent as a Lenses box coming with Apache and some other things, so open source one? Can I use Confluent for the instead of that one? So is there any way?
As in a Confluent community Kafka broker?
Yeah.
We don't have any plans to add that to Lenses box itself right now, working with vanilla Apache.
Do you have any Docker image that only Lenses having? Can I connect from that Docker to my Confluent?
So not the Lenses box. It's configured to only use that Kafka running within that container, but an actual Lenses instance that isn't Lenses box itself, that's packaged with all the infrastructure, can connect to any variety of Apache Kafka. So if you're using an actual licensed Lenses instance, then you would connect to your Confluent Cloud, your Confluent Community, your Confluent Enterprise there, and get all of that feature set with your own infrastructure.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Great question.
Good. Again, let's think of a usually development cycle that for example, I'm a software engineer, but I'm helping out the data team to get two things. First is I have two applications and I need to evolve, I need to test, I need to work with these new applications, and I need to have a Kafka environment for that. So usually I have to spin up a cluster, even so configure and everything else with schema registry, Kafka Connect, the complete pack. And then I have to downstream my data into the data lake to say, okay, guys, let's test it out. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if that's the information that you guys need. For example, a test data lake for them to test it out, that process. Again, this is not an easy task. We have been doing this for quite some time. So you have to worry about infrastructure, you have to worry about the testing. Sometimes if you're doing it for a lot of people, it can be messy because you may mix it up with other tasks. So you want to do everything locally. That's the power of Docker. So what Adam says, and that's in summary, just to make it easy draw, because we're gonna do this together, is instead of I have to spin up all these different environments, Kafka cluster, broker, connect, I have instances to help because only Kafka is not easy to manage, even to develop. I always say that I see Lenses models as a layer to help us out to work with Kafka, because Kafka is not easy to work with. It's a lot of black screens, so it's not easy. And we have to do faster, we need to do faster. Especially I come from the data spectrum. So we usually not developers. We usually work with something that is wild or something to help us out. So Lenses comes with a glove. So the whole idea is you can come, like Adam says, into the Lenses, and then you can go to free Lenses docs, and then you just place free mail, you're going to receive a mail like this, with the command line with your license to work with Lenses bots. So already done that access because my machine, it might have a little slow. So I try to do this now. So I just upload my environment. It's just working just now, 3 minutes ago. I can click. Oh, I do not see my environment. Let me share my screen. I didn't show you guys my. I want to show you this. No, yeah, I was talking. You guys are not seeing my screen. That happens during lives. So in 45 minutes, you already have your environment up. You already have the access that's only running locally. That's important. It's not external. It cannot be accessed besides your machine. And you have a few things here. For example, if I go and say, okay, I want to see by command line, I tested out this, the topics that has in this Kafka environment. So I can see, let's see, if not take too much time, I can see all topics on my lenses box. But again, I don't want to use the black screen. I want to be more precise. So before I go to the lenses, I have my application to test. So I'm gonna produce in 3 topics in my machine. These topics did not exist on our list. So it's orders, topics dev. I'm gonna remove this one because I was testing. Credit card topics dev and users topics dev. So it's all Avro topics. The best part is, again, they don't exist. I can work in development for this one. So I'm gonna start to produce in this. And let's switch back to the lenses. Let me open up my lenses because again, I don't want to work in back screen. I want to be productive. So I can come here and say 1.5. Okay. Again, already running, local machine. Let's hope that my machine do not mess it up with the environment. Okay, good. Because it's the default password to access the environment. And again, let's hope that everything is settled. Okay, everything's settled. My environment is running. I'm gonna start to see information. For example, it's 21 topics, how many partitions, and we have data gens for you to use. For example, if you go to explore, that is the tab that has all the topics, you're gonna see this increasing because when you start the lenses box, you're gonna start applications for you to test. So you don't need to, for example, I want to test it out. I want to make some POC, how Kafka goes, and then I can just run lenses box and then use the topics that we create for you. You can create your own use case using our data gens, for example. If you don't want to test Kafka, I want to test lenses, but I want to use anything of my environment. I want to build anything from scratch. Done. We do it for you. So again, let me see. My topics are here. Our orders topic, the users, and the credit card. Okay, so all my topics are here. So I want to do a little play. Again, my manager, Guilherme, for example, he said to me, okay, I want you to do a join between streams. Then I have to create like a Kafka stream application, but come on, let me just see if the data is feasible for me to do that. So beforehand, before I go straight to create the Kafka stream application, maybe or create to consumer to read their topics and take more time, I can go and say, okay, let's work in this credit card. It has data. Okay, data there. And I'm gonna say, okay, let's make the join. Let's call this CC. And then we have the out complete. Come on, make life much easier. And then we can go and say, okay, I want the orders, dev. They're gonna be O on. It's making much easier for you to help out with this kind of stuff. So we go CC. I know that in this case, my user ID, because orders in credit card, that's the user ID is the key between them. They're gonna make the join in user ID. Okay, we have field data coming based on the both topics. So if you go to the table, I have data for both my topic user and my topic credit card and my topic orders. So okay, but I don't want to do this all the time. I want to do, let's see how a topic is going to react for this. So I can come here into the app. Okay, I'm gonna stop first. No, let's stop because I didn't push app. I'm gonna create a new SQL processor. And for those who is not familiar, SQL processor is a way to abstract the Kafka stream application lenses using SQL language. So instead you create like a Kafka streams, you can only create like this fancy SQL language, and then he's gonna run for you behind the scenes a Kafka stream application in your cluster. In this case, I'm using for testing purpose, and locally, it's gonna run only in that container. But when you are in production, you can configure your Kubernetes and you can spin up this for more applications. Your Kubernetes, for example, I want to add 5 pods because it's a lot of data that I have to process. 15 pods. I can do this individually by application that I'm writing. So imagine this is the application, okay? So let me just do this. So far, so good. Any questions? I think everybody's using LanceBox, Adam. I think most of the people are using this. Okay, I don't see anything new. You guys are just
Well,
showing
and
something.
you make it look so easy, Matthias, but I'm trying to wrap my head around what I would have to do at CLI and Kafka Streams to even do what you've already done in exploring the data and testing the join. And it's hours of work, but you've done it obviously in minutes.
That's amazing what you say. If I was doing in the conventional way, probably I'm going to start writing the Kafka streams yet. And I'll even start to understand, actually my producer to understand the data first. And then I'm going to write my Kafka streams. Maybe it's going to work because I didn't know the result by him. Here I know because I already have the first exploration of the data. So amazing comment. So I'm going to create a new topic called join orders NCC credit card. Select a stream. I want everything from, let me do this way. It's more easy. Guys, I think it seems better to give a zoom. Let me do this. From orders. Let's go again, inner join. Again, it's helping me out to develop more easy. So credit card, SCC on cc.user equals to all the user. And again, if I forgot something, Lance told me, okay, you forgot it within 1 hour. Okay, my application is done. I already have the join base. Again, I'm doing everything locally, not using anything for the company, anything that might block me on the way. So join CC, credit card, and orders. Easy. I don't have any configuration because it's like a test environment. I can go over here and create, and I can start my application. So far, so good. I think everybody, if has any questions, let me know. Okay, so he reads 5,000 records, almost 6,000 records, but he's gonna make the match, and it's gonna be like 600. If I go to data flow, I can see the mapping, which is amazing view. This is something that's pretty amazing. That you see like the mapping, what has been done. So he's mapping the topics, doing the join, create, mapping the new topic, the string narrow, and create a new topic. Again, I took 2 minutes, 1 minute to do this. If I was in a Kafka stream, maybe I was in the first line of code. So again, we have to be fast, have to be precise what have been done. So he's enable, okay, but Guilherme say, okay, it's good, but there's something missing. You need to show the other guys what you have been doing. So let's pick it up in the connectors tab. I'm gonna build a new connector. I'm gonna use GCP because it's a new one, so I really like to use the new connectors. It's already in GA. You guys can use in the Stream Reactor 6.6.0.3. So it's already enabled. And then for this to be more faster, I'm going to copy this one, okay? Just going to change. Because if I'm going to write, everything's going to take because I have a few transformations. I want to do it in this one. So I'm going to copy. Forgot about this. And then I can say that's, what's the topic name now? I forgot. I'm gonna open up a tab just to confirm the new topic is join other system. Join other system. Cease. And I'm gonna explain what this topic does, so don't worry about it here. So the whole idea here, pushing the data that transform into the GCP bucket. My GCP bucket from AWS HQ, landing zone, topics, live stream, join. So it's gonna push in this one. So it's gonna be like the entire topic partitioned by the wall clock SMT. If you guys want to know more about SMTs and the stuff, please comment in this video so we know that we have to build this content for you. But we have a lot of things in the documentation side. So if you have anything, just comment the video. Okay, I want to know more about SMTs. I want to know how you guys, the SMTs, the lenses have to provide, have to give to us for the stream reactor, and then we'll talk more about it. But the whole idea is he's gonna create for me this pattern of the data instead of using the topic in a partition. He's gonna create in my bucket this pattern of the data inside. That's the ultimate goal. So if I did anything wrong, and again, let's hope that everything happened because I tested out this a lot of times and all the times work, but my machine is, I think it's time to change. So my machine is like feeling not so well. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. You're gonna deploy. Remember, I just created this topic. I'm testing out. You're gonna start to read my topic. And if I did anything wrong, let's hope not. Again, let's hope not. And again, we test it all the time, but it's demo is a demo. Everybody knows that. So far, any questions? I think it's good. Yeah, it's all the time. And see the join is the join orders, and join orders. Yeah, I'm not supposed to have any issue.
And the nice part about doing this all from your local PC is that you're able to edit that configuration, change that consumer offset, all without submitting a ticket to a central core team, bothering someone else, waiting on them to oblige that request. Awesome. Yeah, if there's anyone that's working with a local Kafka environment right now, testing an application, and you're able to talk about what you're working on, would love to hear what you're using and how that's going.
Completely agree. Let's take a little more time. Again, my machine is not being the same for quite some time. Let's be patient. But so far, any questions, guys? I'm seeing here. And I love the idea of who is using the AI for notes of the meetings. Amazing. Let me see if it's creating something on my machine is not responding as it's supposed to respond. So it might be my local. Again, we always say that is in the local environment that works. So in this case, I think has been, well, Aman has a question. Good.
Yeah. It's Anand here. So because we've been working with the lenses and also the Kafka, the production environment, and we have a new use case where the customer is just trying to push the topics and push in sense they create a topics. And when we try to view in the lenses, if you don't have a schema registered already configured, and how is that we could know their schema for the new topics, what they generated on a daily basis? So, because they keep generating the new topics, and we would like to see that what is the schema when you try to look into that, and it doesn't correlate with what they send it from their side. So it's a little bit confusing from my side. I just want to see a way out to identify that.
Yeah, I think we'd have to know more to answer that effectively, like what type of data serialization format you're using, what schemas you're using, what their permissions and roles are, and then schema name, making sure that's tied directly to the appropriate topic. But feel free to chime in with more information in the Slack channel, and we can all take a look at it.
Okay, sure, definitely, thank you. But I just want to it was on top of my head. I just want to just place it in the meeting. Thank you very much.
Great question. Thank you.
And then it worked. I was just anxious, but took a little time because my machine is on a server, so it's working. It's already pushed into my environment 900 rows. If I go to my bucket, I have this data from now for 3 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. Adam, I think that's what I want to show, the end-to-end deployment. When I work in my Python application, then I push data, then I start to shape my data as I want, and then I deliver it to Guilherme. Okay, Guilherme, this is the join that you want. I hope you're happy because I'm happy to make you, to deliver this to you.
Yeah, thanks, Matthias, for a great demonstration. I don't know if I can summarize it better than AI did in the chat here, but it's a great showing of how you can go through the full development lifecycle locally within your environment, and then easily push all those assets to your dev, integration, production clusters. So again, if you're looking to get started with Lenses Box, just go to lenses.io/start, select Kafka in a Docker image. You'll get all the bells and whistles that we mentioned previously, and you'll be good to get going. Anand, definitely chime into our community Slack with the question you had earlier. But if you have any other questions to the wider audience, please join our community there. You can interface with the entire team. And definitely join next week. We'll be talking about advanced SQL querying of Kafka data, troubleshooting, testing transformations and joins like Matthias did today, and some of the other cool use cases that you enable once you have SQL at real-time data using your Kafka topic. And that's been our weekly 30 minutes for our Kafka live stream. Thanks so much to Matthias, Anand, and Hari for chiming in. See you all next week. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.